Hello. What I'm going to be showing you in this video is how we can borrow a simple idea from Agile software development and apply it to our monthly budgeting, our Agile budgeting, if you will. Okay, this spreadsheet that you're looking at is what we call a monthly simple sprint backlog, okay? And what it's looking at is tasks. It's measuring how tasks are completed, and it's measuring those tasks in hours, okay? But we've modified it a little bit for Agile budgeting, and we are measuring bills, and those bills are calculated in dollars, okay? So let's go over the parts of the spreadsheet just to familiarize ourselves. First of all, in column B right here, you can see B and C is the date and the name of the expense. So I've filled in some sample expenses here. You might want to just take these and put your own expenses in. And I put in category B is the date that it's due, so that might be a helpful reminder as you sit down on a nightly basis and update this spreadsheet. Column D over here is the amount of the bill. Okay, and then from columns E all the way over to column, A whatever, it looks like a repeat of column D, and that's by design, and that's going to help us have the data to populate a chart down in the bottom of the spreadsheet as we pay our bills. You can see row 4 here is the day of the month. Row 5 is going to represent the amount of dollars left in our budget at any particular point in the month. Okay, so let's go and let's pay some bills and see how we can use this spreadsheet to help see how our money is being spent over the course of a month. Okay, so every night you're going to sit down with this spreadsheet and you're going to ask 3 questions, you and your spouse or whatever. And those 3 questions are: what did we spend today? What do we plan to spend tomorrow? And are there any unforeseen expenses coming up? Okay? Now what we're going to do with the spreadsheet is going to really focus on that first question: what did we spend today? Okay, so let's take a typical day of maybe expenditures. Okay, let's say it's early in the month, so our gas and our propane bill came out, and it came out on the 1st. So to pay a bill, I'm going to just go over to this cell and I'm going to change that 50 there to a 0. Okay, and you're going to see that all the zeros, all the cells to the right of it, changed to a 0, and that's by design. Each one of these cells is just references the cell to the left of it. And so from that point on, it's going to say how much of that bill is left to pay. In Agile development, it was how many hours are left on that task. In Agile budgeting, it's going to be how many dollars are left on that bill. So we have 0. We paid the entire gas or propane bill. And the cell phone bill is going to come out on the 5th. I'm going to pay the entire thing. And so I'm going to put a 0 in there, enter it, and it zeroes it out there. Let's see, we'll scroll down a little bit. Here I've got some of the less concrete expenses in there. Let's say on this day we went out and bought groceries, and we bought $77 worth of groceries. I don't know, I'm just pulling that number out. And so that would mean that we have $223 left. So I'm going to enter 223. That means we've spent that much money on groceries. Let's say we had to fill up, the car with gas, so we spent $40, and we did that on the 2nd. Okay, we filled up the first car with gas. Okay, so that's what we spent today, or that's what we spent this week. And now let's have a look at the chart and see how that bill paying is reflected. And you can see here as I scroll down how this chart starts taking money out of your account and graphing that for you. Okay, and so the idea would be that pretty soon we're going to start to see trends. We're going to see parts of the month where money is coming out very quickly, and other parts of the month where maybe money is not coming out so quickly. but it feels like we have a lot of money in there. So, if you're anything like me, you're probably spending a little bit more on those slow times of the month than you are the fast times. And this, I don't. This for me. This was a big help to see that and be able to have a little more self-control during those times of the month. Let's go up here and pay the mortgage and see what happens when we do that. So I'm going to go over to ABC Mortgage, which is row 11, which is due on the 15th. So let's scroll over here to the 15th and mark that a 0. You can see this is, and then we'll scroll down and have a look at our graph again. You can see this really kind of brings it into perspective here, where that's a big expenditure coming out in the middle of the month. So you can see that might be a time where you want to make the stuff on the left-hand side of the mortgage bill the same shape as the stuff on the right-hand side of the mortgage bill. And with experience, that will come. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful for you, and I hope you have fun doing the budget every night with the help of this little spreadsheet. Again, if you have any more questions about Agile software development, you can go to agilesoftwaredevelopment.com. That's where I kind of borrowed this idea from. But if not, that's okay too. And that's all I have.